Shooting the shiznit, shooting the shiznit. Best little wrestling podcast in the business. Your host BT and all his guests. You'll never know who he'll have next. Shooting the shiznit, shooting the shiznit. Best little wrestling podcast in the business. Shooting the shiznit.
We're live from 304 Studios in Jonesboro, Arkansas. This is an stspod.club production. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Wrestle... No, wait. I got confused there for a minute, Jammie. This is 5-minute time limit, episode 17, episode 1024 of stspod.club. 5-minute time limit every first Tuesday of the month. Brought to you by Bear Meals and Vitality Chiropractic. We got Vitality Chiropractic in Newport and Jonesboro. And if you enjoy the show and you want to show your appreciation, you can always cash out us at $BTSTS. And if you stick around, we do an after-show chat. We just put everybody in a room at the same time, and we talk to everybody at the same time, and we talk usually not about wrestling. So I got my old buddy. We just started talking about how long we've been knowing each other. But hey, Jammie, your 5 minutes starts now. How the hell are you?
I'm doing great. No matter what you said on the pre-show, you're the greatest wrestler that I ever managed, BT.
Oh, there you go. I think I was the only. So there we go.
Thank God you were the only.
Now, how many years ago was that?
Wow, that's got, 1990?
Yeah,
So, 36?
It was my second match.
Yeah, I could tell.
It's pretty bad when Dave Meltzer said, we should have called this match a blank, but we don't say that word anymore.
No. And it was that bad because Dennis and Cornette pulled the rib on you before it was over. Before you got started, and wouldn't let you do anything. And I wasn't allowed to do anything.
Yeah, and Dennis is the one that stopped all that. I talked to Jimmy about that years later at a con. I was at a con in Nashville, and me and Jimmy started talking. I said, why did you do that? I said, Dennis said you was booking the show and you didn't want me to do nothing. He goes, I didn't do that. Dennis did that.
And Dennis playing Cornette. Why not?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's normal for them too. But Jimmy came clean. He said he didn't have anything to do with it. So he usually doesn't care to tell anyone anything. So we got somebody that we saw before we got started, Rob. He called me Kenny Bolin a few days ago because he's supposed to be traveling to Jonesboro. I told him I'd have him live in the studio. We're in the process. We got a big microphone right there in the process of setting a chair over here, and people can come right in here and do it.
Beautiful.
And I told him he's going to take me out to dinner, and he's like, or supper's what I said. He goes, okay, Supper. Kenny Bolin. Okay, Kenny Bolin. But I'm not going to run out like Kenny used to do all the time. Jammie, what you got going on your podcast with all your podcasts and stuff?
Oh, man, I got a lot going on. It's even with the bad voice that I've had for like the last month, I'm still plugging away. You can catch me with Ray Russell. I do 3 different podcasts with Ray Russell. We do the Georgia 1982 podcast that comes out like once a month. We cover 2 or 3 weeks in depth, going over every house show and every TV match for, like 3 weeks. And we really go do a deep dive. Ray is just unbelievable on his research. And then also I do 2 watch-alongs with Ray. 1982 Mid-South Wrestling. Currently, we're just began February of 1982. And Southwest Championship Wrestling of 1983. We're up into February of that right now. That's on his Regional Wrestling Unreeled on his Patreon level. Or just about every week you can catch me on the Other Ship podcast with Drew Samuels, Michael Herrick, and William Merriweather. That's like my home base of podcasts. And currently we are doing a Mount Rushmore series. We started out doing a Mount Rushmore of pre-1960s wrestlers. And now we have done shows about the 60s and 70s, and one about the 1980s was just released yesterday, I think, or the day before. And we have a couple more of those coming up. Also on the other ship, we rebooked 1987 Jim Crockett Promotions after the buyout of Bill Watts. How we interpreted it should have occurred.
Oh, wow. I bet that's fun. I'm going to have to look that up. Anybody that you covering a lot of shit there, but anyone, wrestler or anything in your mind you can think of that you thought, damn, this was good, but back in the day, you was kind of swayed to say it really sucked, or vice versa. Something that was really that you thought as a kid it was good, but damn, it's bad.
Oh yeah, but mostly all the WWF television from the early '80s was that way, and then conversely, when you get into the pay-per-view generation of the WWF in the later '80s, we were all programmed through Meltzer. NWA was where it was at, or right. Memphis or Mid-South, whatever. And you go back and watch that stuff now, and the WWF stuff wasn't that bad. I should have appreciated it more at the time. Now, I know we only got 20 seconds left. You can catch me on John McAdams' Stick to Wrestling every now and then. Bob Smith's Outdated Wrestling Hour, and pretty soon I'll be on Tony Richards' Pro Wrestling Time Tunnel. So if you happen
dude, you're a full-time podcaster.
I'm everywhere, man. I'm everywhere.
All right, brother. Your time is up.
It's been a pleasure, BT.
Have a good night, man.
Thank you. Take care.
Well, Jamie's on top of Scottie. Sorry, Scottie.
All right, I'm out of here, guys.
All right, Scottie, what the hell's going on, man? You know how it works. You get a whole 5 minutes, and then your time starts.
5 minutes.
What's going on in the world of Scottie?
Well, we are about to pack up and get ready. We're going to be driving to California tomorrow. We got to go and help take care of some family for a minute. Mom's having foot surgery, and Grandma needs help taken care of. And Mom is caregiver for grandmother, so we're going to go and help fill the void for a while.
Crazy. California.
Yeah.
Never been to California.
Oh, it's fantastic. We're going basically out to the desert. So it's a nice little town she lives in. They live in a gated community.
A gated community. That doesn't surprise me.
Oh my God.
Hey, when you listen to the hot mics this week, I don't think I'd fit in California. I'm just telling you. So take it.
Really?
Did you watch any of Raw last night?
No, I saw some clips.
Did you see Punk and Roman?
Yes, I saw part of that promo. I did. Absolutely.
I was disappointed. Not, like I didn't jump up and down and cry that Roman won the Royal Rumble. I hate Royal Rumble, so all I do is watch clips and see who's going to win or who won. But I was kind of disappointed when Roman won, but then they put them two against each other, and that promo last night, the last 3 minutes, man, it is money. I loved it.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job on it. I'm seeing a lot of people that are talking about how they feel like it buried Drew McIntyre, and they're trying to blame everybody under the sun for it instead of just looking at it for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I love what they lined up with Roman saying what he said. It's not this, it's not that. It's just I hate you. And that might have been one of his best promos because I believed him when he said that. I was like, man, I believe that shit. He don't like that CM Punk. So
absolutely, because I mean, at the core thing of good guy versus bad guy is you hate the person no matter what's going on. Right. I just hate you. I don't care what's going on. I'm gonna do everything I can to make your life miserable.
Looks like they're going to do a triple threat on the other. With I'm hearing Cody, Fatu, and I still call him Galloway. McIntyre. Should be a good match, but I'm not a huge fan of triple threats, but those three guys are all professionals. They'll be able to, I always tell people a triple threat's really a singles match. You just shit can somebody and take turns is all you do.
Yeah.
And that I always like those matches if you got people that know what they're doing. So I remember my former co-host told me one time they had a triple threat on AEW and they were following No Psychology. He said that's the reason why he liked it.
Oh my God.
I was like,
you know what? The only person that I've seen in history that's actually done a triple threat match right would be Paul Heyman in ECW, where it was an elimination, which would make better sense.
I see. I'd rather see it the way it is. Yeah.
I mean, if you had to eliminate them, then it makes the match a little longer, but then it gives more to it than I'm just going to hit this person, knock him out, and then go pin that guy.
Right. Yeah, I guess I agree with you, but I always like the like the five man scramble kind of matches. I always like I went out to watch those on when they were on ROH, and I really liked the idea of being able to do something at all times. When they used to have back in the day, they had New Japan. Well, they still do this, but they'd have 5-on-5, maybe the first match, and they never stopped. I mean, it was just. And it was all the young guys too, so it was like, what else you watching wrestling wise?
Well, I got a question for you. Who do you think's behind the hood? Everybody keeps saying it's the other Paul brother. I've seen other people say that it's Adam Pearce. Who do you think's the one who attacked Braun Breaker?
I'm going to go with Austin Theory.
Austin Theory, that's a good one. I would think it'd be hilarious if it was Adam Pearce getting to wrestle at least one time. I mean, he's going to get his ass handed to him, but
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see him get a chance to do it. Him and Nick. Nick is still in fantastic shape. I'd like to see Nick Aldis against Randy Orton, who I would pick. But
that would be good.
Cody, because he had a really good match with Cody. But yeah, it's one of those. All right, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Your 5 minutes is up. Thank you, Scotty. All right, we got my old buddy, my best friend, Gene Jackson here for 5-minute time limit. Gene, you know how this works. So your 5 minutes starts right now. How the hell are you, Gene?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What's up?
Well, I wanted to bring you on to talk about EPW. EPW is, we would start by saying at one time it was a really small promotion in Booneville, Mississippi. Make sure I get all this right. Bone Crusher was the guy that I don't know if he owned it, but I do know he booked it. It was even going on during my Wrestling Right online.com, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's why they call it the longest running weekly show. Of course, they don't do weekly shows now, but that's what they call it for a long time. But yeah, for a long time, it was every Saturday night in Booneville. It was an established thing. Everybody knew they were there. They'd been there for years, and Neil took it over and took things in a different direction.
Your buddy Neil Taylor, y'all been friends forever. It's kind of weird. You do the stuff for Neil, best friends forever. I work for Dustin. Me and him been friends forever. It's really strange how the friendship has turned into us working for wrestling promotions. But I wanted to bring you on. I knew you was going to come on for 5 minute time limit. But talk about you. Your role has changed a little bit. It's went from I'm going to come in and do commentary every once in a while, but you are a full-time commentator now, right? Announcer.
Yeah, once Hollywood Jimmy came out from behind the desk to be a manager.
He came out of the closet? What?
No, not like that.
My bad.
Yet.
My bad.
But yeah, I was the pinch hitter, kind of like you was for the this retro USW podcast. One of them was out, I'd step in and do it, and then Jimmy went back to managing, and so now, kind of like how you stepped in when Richard had to leave, I've stepped in, and now I'm the full-time play-by-play guy. And, man, having a great time. I look forward to it each month when it's time to go tape some shows.
I thought about you commentating, and one of my things is I want to go down to Memphis and at least sit in for a match or a show. But after you started doing it, I know you've done it before, but what were the things that you said, man, I'm just not good at this part of the announcing thing? How did you improve yourself to get where you're at?
The most challenging thing about doing EPW commentary when I first was going, and if you watch the show and you kind of tell, they didn't really have defined roles. Like usually you have a play-by-play guy and you have a color guy. Well, these Jimmy and Joey just kind of, just kind of called what was in front of them, and they just kind of fought to get their shit in, for like
Right.
word. But so one of my first goals when I got there is to kind of define the roles, and we still aren't your typical, we both still call moves and things like that, but the biggest thing that I wanted to improve on was I wanted to know where everything was going so that we could help drive the stories there. Because the biggest compliment we've gotten since me and Joey started working together is that the stories are easy to follow now, that they're more defined, and we're not just calling the moves we're seeing, we're actually adding on, things that
Why
happened.
Joe is going against Gio or whatever.
Exactly,
and that's very important. Very important. And, that's one of the things that I tell that I'm a fan of Dustin's for, because he is the guiding hand. So he's able to push whatever he wants to push. But Dutch Mantell is one of the Dutch, and I said Les Thatcher, but I think maybe it was Bob Cottle. They were really good at putting the story over. And putting the guy over what they were doing. And, Lance was good at that. Lance and Dave was really good at that. You started something new this past week, EPW-wise, with a new co-host. I'm jealous because I don't know who this guy is. I thought I was your best friend. What's the name of Inside EPW?
Inside EPW, and he's not a co-host; he's a correspondent. So,
okay,
if you've actually watched the show, he's not there for the whole thing. Like, I bring him in, ask him what he thought about, hey, we got this going on. What do you think about this? What do you think? My theory there was, I wanted to get, so Roman's a guy, he's a fan, he lives in Jackson. He first went to Crossroads Clash last year where all the names was there. It kind of showed that I know it's worked well for Memphis, it's working for EPW, where you book names on a show, that brings people, but then they like the show, and then they keep coming and they tell other people. And Roman's an example of that. Then he also happens to be a content creator. So when I started this show, I reached out to him. I was like, hey, man, I want to bring you on, talk about matches, talk about angles, get your opinions on things from a fan. I said, because if I have other EPW people on here, then people are just going to be like, oh, yeah, they work there. They're just pushing a narrative. But you're a fan. You're going to talk at it from a different angle than anybody else.
All right, man, I hate to do it. And he's your Rhino JB, by the way. That's what it felt like.
There you go.
Thanks, Gene. Thanks for joining us. Oh, we got my old buddy Josh. He's one of my co-hosts for USWA. I've had Gene on here earlier. Thanks for joining us here on a Tuesday night, Josh. Kayfabe, I record these in advance. You know the deal, buddy. You get 5 minutes to talk. I'll give you some questions, and you can yak for 5 minutes. But your time is starting now. Josh, how the hell are you?
I'm all right, man. I've been a victim of the snow and ice, the big storm of 2026. I've been fucking snowed in like Jack Nicholson in The Shining for over a week now. I'm about to fucking snap. I'm telling you, man. It's getting rough.
Only snapped a couple of times, and thank God for gummies. But I've had.
I've been working though, man. I've been having to travel in this shit. It's been really goddamn stressful. But I told my old lady the other day. I said, now we know how those motherfuckers in Minnesota feel. Like just all the goddamn time, frozen tundra this time of year.
One of my best friends in high school, when I got to college, he moved to Minnesota after he didn't have any family here. He had family up there. And I think that was his hardest thing, is getting used to it. I mean, he's been up there for almost 30 years now, so he is used to it. But, yeah, I want to bring you on. I've had a few things I just wanted to talk to you about. I want you to kind of put over what you do. You started P3 Radio with your best friend, Richard. I give him a lot of hell on the USWA podcast. But I've known Richard longer than I've known you. So tell people about P3 Radio. We mention it a lot, but I don't think we actually tell them what you do.
Well, P3 Radio has usually been like best described where it's just two best friends sitting down and we try to make each other laugh. We look at like crazy internet stories and stuff that would we think's funny, and we share and crack on it a bit, and a lot of people's described it kind of like, just you listen, and then you kind of feel like you're a part of the conversation.
I think it's one of those podcasts that, and I may be wrong, it's kind of hard to jump on.
Yeah.
And I've been there since I think it's the very first Danny Davis interview. When Richard started doing it and wanted, any kind of advice or what server do I use and how do I put all that kind of stuff, I was there to help him get going. But then I didn't start. I thought y'all were a wrestling podcast, and I don't listen to a lot of wrestling podcasts. Danny Davis interviews on there. I big fan of Uncle Danny. I got to listen to it. And then I think the teddy bear episode is
episode
the one,
16.
It was the one that really, like I said, these guys are my people.
Well, do you know why? Do you know why that is? Because that's one of the first. I mean, we always tried to incorporate comedy in anything that we do from the get-go.
Right.
That one is where we kind of were more leaning in on just trying to make each other laugh and doing shit that we thought people would think was funny, opposed to just trying to get a guest or whatever. And it fucking worked, man. That was the most listened to episode for a long time. And just off of that one, that's what kind of gave us the nudge, like, hey, this will work. Just do what you think's funny. And, that's a lot less stressful, man. And jaws hurt after recording, though, because we were just, laughing the whole time.
With me, I was listening to a podcast called Who's Right, and I still listen. Two guys pretty much the same way. They worked together, decided they would put out a podcast. They had been friends for X amount of time, but not like you and Richard. Mm-hmm. And I was listening to that, and I was trying to stay away from wrestling podcasts. And then after I started, it's every week. I know this is the way I look at it. Every week I got two friends that come over, and I sit down and listen to them bullshit. And that's you and Richard. I do the same thing with Doug and Anthony. But this was a question that I wrote down for you. This is a total different thing with USWA. You started it with Richard and Gene Jackson, my best friend. And then it morphed into me, Gene, and you. And me and you have not missed a show together, I think, since we started, especially with this season.
Yeah.
How do you set in? Because you're sitting in with two different guys, not your best friend for all your life. How does that look for you? And I mean, do you get a different sense of pride for it? I don't know if that makes any sense.
No. I look at them as kind of like two separate entities, and
we'll have to talk about this next time, buddy.
Yeah,
we got somebody else coming on. What now?
No, I was just saying. No, it's good. No, it's good. We'll do it.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you.
Don't miss Memphis Wrestling Live, Sunday, February 15th. Who will win King Cobra's Cup? Monday, February 16th, WWE Raw returns to FedEx Forum in Memphis. Pre-game with us at Ghost River on Beale Street. No cover and family friendly. And be on the lookout for Sunday, March 1st, live at the Wrestle Center. All tickets are on sale now. Get yours right now at memphiswrestling.tv.
Wrestling fans, are you ready? Every Friday night in Osceola, Arkansas, MCW, the legacy continues. Live, hard-hitting, family-friendly wrestling action every Friday night at the MCW Arena, located at 1098 West Kaiser. Doors open at 6:30 and the action starts at 8 p.m. sharp. Don't miss your chance to see the stars of MCW battling out in the ring, rivals, drama, and slam-packed action. Here's what I want you to do. If you have any questions, I want you to search Facebook. for Osceola's Mid-Southern Championship Wrestling. All ticket information, how to get your ticket, what time the show starts, everything right there on Facebook. All tickets are on sale right now. Be there!
Try to break the street, it's a no-go. It's a no, you ain't know I'm a pro. They couldn't keep us out the building.
All right. We're back after commercial break. Jamie, you know how it works. You got 5 minutes. And yeah, you said, give me something to talk about. I'm going to talk to you about something.
All right.
So I know you've seen it probably all the way to the end. I don't want any spoilers, but I'm confused about something. I don't know what they're doing with the Cobra Cup. They said start with a tag team, and then the tag team. I don't understand what they're doing, and then Jake Brewer. Hold on, just a minute. Jake Brewer's not showing us. He's showing us single match brackets. So what did they do?
Don't know.
Oh, you wasn't there?
I was there. We can't hear Dustin talking about all this. All we know it was a match. I was reading that, trying to figure that out. Best I can figure out, they put a heel and a good guy together in a tag team. And whoever wins that, they have to wrestle each other. Then they move up in the bracket.
So there's a tag team match, and the two guys that win, or the tag team that wins, moves into a singles match in the bracket. But Jack, whatever the fuck his name is, Brewer has already given the brackets.
Okay.
On TV. Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Don't know. I saw the tag team brackets. He hadn't broke it on down into singles, has he?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not looking at it right. I'm going to have to go back and look, because I talked about it on Patreon. I was really freaking confused about what they were doing. It's simple. Just put a tournament out, They've got all the real young guys, it seems like, in it too, so it should be interesting to see what to do. So, with who? What's your thoughts on Bashan Harvey?
He's good.
You think he's got a lot of potential?
Yeah. Just as much as any of them.
I think he's kind of rusty, not rusty green. He's more green than rusty because he hadn't been doing it for a while. But yeah, I've got a little bit of something going on with your audio.
Louder, too loud?
No, I'm hearing myself. I'm hearing an echo. You got it. Whatever you did, you got it.
Turned up a little bit.
I like him. I like the Aries guy a lot.
Needs something else going on though.
Who does?
Vashawn, he's kind of plain.
I was thinking the same thing.
He's a heel, but there's no gimmick to it.
Yeah. I was talking to Simon about it, and Simon wants to just call him Vashawn. Like, Sting or whatever, and take the Harvey part off. I'm not a huge fan of his gear. I think, and he comes out, his promos are okay. The promo this past Saturday was really good, but I'm not a big fan of his gear. I'm old school. I think everybody should have a pair of wrestling boots.
I hadn't paid attention to it.
Well, that's why I'm a huge.
Hardly nobody wears boots anymore. Everybody
I know
wears the kick pads and the tennis shoes underneath.
Yeah, I just I'm old school like that. They used to not let you get in the ring or around the ring unless you had a pair of those boots that laced up, and you had to put them on first. I remember buying some. Kangaroo put out some wrestling shoes. Did you ever see those?
Yeah.
I bought that. I wrestled.
Kind of what Bosley wears.
Yeah.
He still wears the old school wrestling shoes.
Yeah.
I noticed Nikki Bella the other night. I thought she still had Nikes on, but she actually had a pair of boots on the other night in the Rumble.
Yeah. I say it all the time on here, but I don't even watch the Rumble. So I watched the highlights to see who won, and see who eliminated who, and then I go to the Observer and watch. They always have the elimination or the entrance and then the elimination wrote down. I'm just not a fan of, Grind City Rumble, probably good for the fan, you sitting in a crowd for it. But I just can't do it on TV. I sat through that and I reported it until I got to Patreon to say I hate battle royals. So
they're all right every once in a while, but whenever high school season comes around, there's a battle royal at every show Dustin does. It gets old.
Yeah. All right, Jamie, your time is up. Let me tell you, one of the other reasons I hate battle royals is the promoter would always put me in a battle royal at the end of the show. Even if I had the first match with my tag team, I was always part of the battle royal, even though I wasn't a wrestler. I used to hate it, and most of the time I eliminated myself. Well, I was in a cage match. One time. There was like 6 or 7 people in the cage match. You could go through the door to be eliminated. I eliminated myself. I was like, I'm getting the hell out of here. Shit. See y'all later. I'm not working. All right, man. Thanks a lot, Jamie. What am I doing?
I'm just hanging out here.
All right. We got Rob. Rob,
Hey,
is this your first time here?
It's my first time here. First time I've been here.
Virgin Rob, here we go. You got 5 minutes, Rob, and we know what we're going to talk about. So you're jumping in the podcast swimming pool, I guess you could say. With you got a good co-host. He's okay. Let me just say he's all right. Gene's okay, but he is very good at what he does. And I was lucky enough to get a advanced copy. I've listened to, I say 75% of it so far. But it's one of my all-time favorite, I guess, underrated promotions that people don't ever talk about. So I'm excited about it. Tell everybody about it, and I'll shut up.
So what we're doing is I was absolutely fortunate and lucky enough after doing a quick show with you and a lot of communication back and forth with you about the USWA stuff going on. I got to come on your show, and then Gene had some ideas, and he was like, hey, I got something I want to run by you. We talked about it. I was like, absolutely. And so we're doing a Continental Championship Wrestling watch along. We started in June of 1985, right mid-June, because that is when Southeastern became Continental. So we are starting at the very beginning of Continental. And like Gene said at the beginning of the show, we don't have all the episodes. And so if there's people out there that have any of these episodes of Continental from 1985, whether they're on VHS, you send them to me, I'll convert it for you and send it back to you as an MPEG-4 and send your VHS back. If you've got any of these shows that you can somehow get to us, we would forever be in your debt to get those because they're hard to come by. I don't know any more of the details. I don't know when we're going to release the show. I don't know when we are going to have it available on the Patreon. I know the watch along is on the Patreon, and that's at the Retro Wrestling Archive Patreon, of which you're a part of. And I am also in talks right now with Jolly Royal Furniture and Spaghetti Warehouse. They said that they were close enough to the Mississippi and Alabama area. I am looking.
You might be able to hook up with them.
I have gotten a hold of Greg Suits. I got an email from them today, and so we'll go from there. Now, I don't need anything else from you. I got 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. You took 45 of mine, so I'm going to get those back in just a minute, even when your alarm goes off. I want to say sorry to Josh, first of all. Josh Briley is probably the reason I really started listening to you guys, because I was a P3 fan before that. And I was a completely closet fan. Like, I didn't tell anybody. I never commented on their shows, but I've always liked Josh. But I've got to say sorry to him. I've got to apologize. I don't want any heat. While we were watching the Continental show, I said, oh, look, there's Uncle Danny. He's not my uncle. I don't know him well enough to call him Uncle Danny.
Oh,
And
everybody
honestly,
calls him. I've only met him a couple of times. We all call him Uncle Danny because of Josh.
but I don't feel like I've earned the right or have the right to do that. So I got to apologize because that's in podcast history forever now. So if Josh has heat with me, I got to try to smooth it over. Let me also say, you've had two people on tonight, Jammie Ward, who, dude, that guy, come on, man. I listened to all his stuff. It was a complete mark out moment for me to actually get to say hi to him. Like, I like him. And the thing about you guys are all inside the business fans. I'm not. I'm an outside mark, dude. Other than I haven't watched any new wrestling since I was 30 and I'm currently 52. I also want to say, hey, thanks to Scottie for the little smoke. Thank you, Scottie. Scottie's my boy right there, Scottie Wince. We went to different schools together. He went to Penn State. I went to State Penn. We got a minute 2 left. I also want to say that if you're not listening to the Retro Wrestling Review USWA 1991 shows, you really need to, because the shit's starting to get really good with Eric Embry. And if you can ignore everything that BT says on the show and stay away from hot mics, you won't have to worry about it getting canceled. And lastly, book of the week for me is Wrestling with the Truth, Downtown Bruno's book. I finally finished reading it. I've had it in my closet forever and hadn't read it. This is a great fucking read. If you have a chance to read this book, I don't think Bruno kayfabed one part of this book.
Not a bit. Not a bit.
I think he gave what?
He did not kayfabe a bit.
Oh, I got a question.
Let me ask you one question. 1985, what the hell was you doing in 1985?
1985, I was living in Madison, Tennessee, right next door to the Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton, the Fantastics. My mom was friends with Tommy's wife because they did their laundry at the apartments. My dad used to travel, so I was basically in the territories. My dad was with Sam's, right? And so Sam's would transfer him to these different places. So in 85, June of 85.
Sorry, your time is up. Thanks for joining us, man. Your time is up. Damn, that Rob can talk, boy.
Man,
he took
brutal.
over. Everybody always says I take over, man.
You really
he's
do.
the man.
You do. Well, I'm glad he held his own. I'm proud.
He did a good job.
I came wearing my mustache tonight, so I'm here being fancy.
Oh, good God. Rob's coming to Jonesboro, by the way. Yep. You can, Stacy, you could actually come out and get autographs from me and Rob, podcasting people.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. 5 minutes starts now. Boy, that really excited. You were so fucking excited when I said that. I could tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Well, first of all, I wanted to say that I did not win the men's Royal Rumble this past weekend. And I'm pretty bummed about that. I expected to at least, I didn't even get called like that. I didn't even get to go. Like, I'm so upset that I didn't even get to go. But I'm here for it. I'm here for Roman Reigns winning. I want him to mop the floor with CM Punk. I can't stand him. You know that I can't stand him. And you know who I think is under? No, I don't think he's under the hood. What I would hope, though, but it wouldn't make any freaking sense. I hope that it's Pat McAfee, but it wouldn't make any sense.
No, it wouldn't make any sense. I saw someone say Logan Paul today, and I was surprised at that pick. I've heard Logan Paul, Adam Pearce, and Scottie said we also, and then I picked it to be Austin Theory. So I'm not sure if that's going to even be close to who it's going to be or what. But I love mysteries like that about wrestling, and I don't like them to do it. I don't like them to do it for a long period of time. You probably don't remember they did a Black Scorpion angle in WCW, and it lasted felt like 100 years. And then when they revealed it, it was just shitty.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Austin. I said Austin Aries. I meant Austin Theory. Austin Theory is. I really like him. I've always liked him. I watched him when he was in Evolve before he came to WWE. Just a lot of talent. I hope they keep using him correctly. To me, he's with Paul, he's being used correctly. So
Yeah.
got
That's
a
fun.
bunch of people jumping in. Jesus.
Hey, I mean, you've had a hopping show so far tonight.
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, more than it was last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
A whole 4
Oh, and
people.
the Duchess is here. Yay.
Yeah, she's here. She's gonna be next up. Mr. Z's here.
You got a full house.
So Stacy, I'm not gonna kayfabe because I want to tell everyone that you almost screwed up your streak tonight.
Oh yeah.
This is episode 17. You've been all 17 of them, but go ahead and tell everybody why you're here tonight.
Because I'm home.
I messaged you and said, "Where you at?" And you said,
I'm at home.
"Oh."
I'm at home. Duh. It's 7 o'clock on a Tuesday. Where the hell else am I gonna be?
I'm
man?
headed to bed. Hell, what do you think I'm doing?
I've already had my shower. I'm in my pajamas. I'm fixing to go to bed.
I told Rob he comes to town. We're going to record a podcast, and then he can take me out to supper. I said, but you got to have me home by 8 o'clock. I go to bed. I said, and I'm not kidding either. I'm in bed by 8 o'clock. By the way, Stacy, next time, if you remember, and everything goes as planned, Stacy will be sitting in the studio. She will be co-hosting 5-minute time limit.
I'll be calling the shot. I'll be calling the play-by-play.
That's right. You're going to be the shot caller.
Yeah.
I don't know how that will go, but it should be really funny.
It should
the way
be
we
chaotic.
There's going to be a cheer.
You might end up telling me I have to leave.
Like, you know what a cheer is, don't you? You know, cheer, like a cheer. You know, we're putting a chair up there. We're going to have a camera. We're going to be sitting face to face. Well, not really face to face, but we'll be face to face. I'll get right in your face,
right in each other's faces.
And we're going to be co-hosting the 5-minute time limit. Never been done. She's going to be on the screen the whole time, and then we've got 2 shows already planned. And when Scottie gets back from California, he's coming in to sit down.
Yes,
talk to me too. I'm real excited about it. It's the first show that will go up on the feed when we get everything going is Mike Anthony.
Yes.
And there's no telling how long we will talk. So there really isn't. So, well, Stacy, I hate it, but your time's up.
Bye.
Hold on. Where you at? Where you at? There you be. It is the Duchess. How the hell are you, Duchess?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
It's been a hot minute, right?
It has been, but
Merry
your
Christmas,
5 minutes
Happy New Year.
started. I sent you a message today, and you said, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm over here getting my therapist appointment." And you was like, "Oh, bless you. You're so sweet. You're trying to be sweet to me." But yeah, shit happens. So tell me, we sent you homework this time, like I always do, and it's really. The homework I sent you, there's tons of people watching that clip, and everyone's talking about Roman Reigns against Punk for WrestleMania. They went at it face to face. I sent you I think it went 11 minutes, but I ended up sending you the last 3 minutes. I think
the last 3, clip. Yeah.
So tell me what you thought. What did you think about it?
Well, it makes me want to go back and figure out what the hell's going on. So
well, good.
Yeah, so I may have to do some research on this one. No, it was funny. It made me laugh because just I love the I'll say the show, like the hyping up and getting in each other's faces and just the shit talk is fantastic. I love that. So I may have to like actually go start following some of these like daily and figure out what the hell's going on. So
you wasn't in. I don't think you was backstage when I was talking about this interview. What I liked the most about it was saying I hate you. There's all kinds of these other reasons why I want the belt back. I want my belt back. I deserve my belt back. Blah 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 blah. all these reasons, but that's what pro wrestling is. It's the good guy and it's the bad guy. They hate each other and they fight. And
It's
I
great.
just,
It's a formula. It works.
so good. It came out so good. So
Yeah, it was when he went, "I hate you." I was like, "Oh,
I believed it. I did. I was like, I believe this guy.
No, I feel bad."
So tell me what's going on in your other podcast there. You're a regular guest on one of my favorite podcasts. And if we get done here quick tonight, I'm gonna jump over there.
You're gonna bop in, scare everybody.
Yeah.
Come in screaming with your shirt off.
No, I'm on plan to wear all my clothes.
All right, just tonight though, right?
Got me choked up. Yeah, just tonight. Yeah, I know there's a little bit of echo going on. But you also do Boomer Bunker. Go ahead and tell everybody about that.
Oh, so the Boomer Bunker is it's not child friendly, so it's an adult themed podcast, and we talk news and current events and silly stories, and we end up sometimes going down the road on a left turn or a right turn, just on memory lane. But it's we talk about pop culture a little bit, and it's pretty much like my co-host is definitely a boomer, but then myself as Gen X, just kind of how we think things are and put our own opinions and spins on them. It's fun. If anyone is easily offended, don't come over. But it's a good time. We record the podcast live, so people can participate in the comments and like on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, or you could just download it as a podcast. So it's fun. We love the audience participation. We always try to feature them up on the screens, and it's a good time.
John's a required taste. I like John as a person. He's always been really nice to me. Done things for me when he didn't even know who I was or what I was.
He's a good dude. He really is.
But
he's conservative. John is a required taste.
He is. I can't do the. I don't know. I just can't. You know me. I'm not into politics at all. Well, I am, but I don't want to talk about it. Just put it that way.
The show we did yesterday was completely politics free. I mean, we touched on it a little bit, but it was just like crazy stories. Like we always end up talking about the teachers that hook up with students and stuff like that. And it seems to be more women who are hooking up with young male students. And so we talk about the double standard because he's all like, yeah. And I'm like, no, they're children.
Right.
So,
by the way, fuck y'all in chat. I just want to tell y'all, I did say required instead of acquired.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
They'll never let you live that down.
But yeah, and then you're on the, which I find the after show chat with those young kids are in love with you. They're so funny.
They don't know any better. They're just children, but it's funny.
It is so funny.
It's a riot.
Kids,
you know, I'm literally older than probably their mothers on some of these kids, but it's an absolute riot. They're very. It's fun to watch them.
Time is up, Duchess.
Oh, dear.
Your time is up. All right.
Your time.
This man, he's gonna keep going. Chat. Required taste. Fuck y'all. Mr. Z was the man of January. Are you with me, Mr. Z? I can't hear you, brother. Your 5 minutes starts now. No, I'm just kidding. I can't hear you. All right. Come in, come out. I tell you what, that fucking shit. Rob can talk. Come back in here and talk to us some more, Rob.
Finishing up where we were, I'm living next door to Tommy Rogers and Bobby Fulton, the Fantastics, because we're living at River Retreat Apartments in Madison, Tennessee. So my mom was friends with them. Can you talk now, Mr. Z?
Yes, sir. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah, we got it there. We got it there. We'll talk about that when you get here. All right, Mr. Z,
January.
how the hell are you, man?
I'm good. And extremely excited about WrestleMania season all of a sudden.
Well, I was too, and I'll your 5 minutes start now. I want to introduce you as Mr. January. That's what you were on the stspod.club. You did 3 shows with me. I think we've done 2 or 3 total since since April of last year, and then all of a sudden January we did 3 more, and we got some planned in February, and some a WrestleMania show. I'm gonna get you to join me on that too. I'm excited, and I wasn't. Rumble wasn't. I was not too excited about Rumble. I did a lot of just clips. Is all I've been doing, and just kind of getting bored of the WWE product. And so when Roman won, and I said this earlier, but when he won, I thought, so. I love Roman Reigns. I'm a huge Roman Reigns fan, but after last night, I'm just fired up, man. I mean, Roman Reigns against Punk, it was such a good back and forth.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I posted it on every media platform I had. I said, promo 101. This is how it's done.
Yeah, I think it's one of Roman Reigns' best promos. He didn't seem like he was stumbling or do anything. And when he said, I hate you, I thought, maybe that's right. He doesn't like CM Punk. We don't know that for sure, but I believed him. Just put that way. And that's kind of being a fan since 1978, when somebody can get on a promo or somebody can do a match where they do something where I believe, I believe. And if I'm believing after everything I know and lose it, then I was popping big time there's a couple things that happened on Memphis Wrestling like that. Recently they did a cash in and after a kid had won a title. And I was like, the announcers were going, no. And I was at my computer screen going, no. Like, and then, and after it happened, I remember when I was watching Memphis Wrestling way back in the day, Missy Hyatt. Now this is after I've been in the business, but Missy was commentating with Lance. And I said at the screen, I yelled at the TV screen, shut the hell up. I hate you. And I was like, oh, okay. Missy's really good at what she does. So
she is. She is. Even now when she talks about it, I'm like, man, what she could have done in our era now would have had fans really just chomping at the bit to watch her get hers.
By the way, I saw her in Evansville first thing in the morning. She, face-wise, she's had too much plastic surgery, but still smoking hot. So, body-wise, for a lady her age, put it that way.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So what's going on? And you cover mostly New Japan. And so what's coming up that we're going to be talking about in February?
We're going to be talking about Evil. We're going to be talking about him leaving. We're going to be talking about what went on today. I found out this morning Hiromu Takahashi is walking away from New Japan and going to WWE.
That was a big surprise to me.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I wonder what they could do. I wonder what he could do for the junior heavyweights when he gets there.
When I started, the first thing I thought about is when they said his name was his matches. And I don't know if you've seen these, but his matches with Dragon Lee. Did you ever see any of those matches?
Oh, yes, I have.
That's all I could think about. I was like, oh my God, they can put Dragon Lee in the ring with him and we'll have just ungodly matches. And here's something he has that, and Evil has a gimmick too, but I've always thought that he could cross over easier over here because of his gimmick and his charisma. He has more charisma and stuff than Okada. Okada may be a better wrestler, but he has that. He carries that. Man, if WWE markets one of those dolls, one of those teddy bears, or whatever the hell that is,
my daughter loves his cats. That's
a cat. It's a cat. Yeah,
she has 2 of them. She has a rainbow Daryl and a red Daryl, and she's already asking for a black one. I was like, maybe your birthday's coming up.
Right. He's going to be awesome. He's going to be if done right, we're going to and everyone knows he's a star. So the Dragon Lee got a minor push, and then he got shut out at the end there. But man, he looked really good doing the stuff that he did with Gunther. And then Gunther had him hanging. I thought that was done really well. So I love seeing some of the guys that we don't see get pushed all the time and that's one of them. A huge. I mean, he was a tag team.
Oh yeah.
All right, bud.
For sure.
Time is up. I thank you for coming to join us. Guys, that was it.
Thank
That is, I think that's all of us. That's all of us. Yes. That was 5-minute time limit. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Thank you for listening. We will go to what we call the after show chat, and everyone comes into the room, and sometimes we don't even talk about wrestling. So, but the way you get that is you got to be a Patreon member to listen to it. So join Patreon right now. Right now we're going off the main feeds and going to Patreon.